What's up YouTube? This is Matt and this is going to be my room tour and tech setup, and really this is going to be pretty impromptu, so I'm just going to be filming it as I go and telling you guys everything about it. So let's go ahead and just go right to the door. So this is the door to my room, and let's go ahead and go in. And just to give you guys a brief overview of what it looks like, there you go. So I'll probably just start over from this side and work my way around. So this is the door right here, entrance into my room. And then these are my two closet doors, and really all that I've gotten there is clothes and boxes. So really I don't feel the need to show it to you guys. Now starting over here, I've got my crappy Amazon tripod that came with my Canon T5i, which is what I'm shooting with right now. And down here I've got some just some posters and stuff that aren't up right now. Like right there's an Orlando Magic from the original, from one of the starting years. I think it was Shaq's first year with the Magic, and it's even signed at the bottom, which is pretty cool. I got it at like a garage sale for probably $5 or $10, $5 on the most. Moving on over to here, this is my 3D printer. It's the XYZ Printing DaVinci 1.0. I got it for a little over $400, which is a pretty good deal for the accuracy. It's got LEDs to light it up. It's extrusion based. It's got a heated bed, and it officially supports ABS and PLA plastic. And one way they can make it so cheap is they basically they have cartridges. I'll show you them in a little bit that load from the top, but it's pretty easy to hack it and make it so you can use any filament you want, which actually you can see right here. I have a spool that's hanging on a something I 3D printed to hold it, and whereas normally the cartridges would go in up back in there, behind, down in there. And with this, I just have it so it's feeding through the top right there, whereas normally it would be feeding through right up there where I'm pointing, that little thing right there. So moving on over, this is just sort of this is a dresser. What's in the drawers is just clothes, so I'm not gonna show you guys that. But on here I've got a something I'm working on is gonna be like a sort of a functional display case where I'm gonna have a Arduino and Raspberry Pi and a breadboard, and I've just printed out some mounts that I'm trying out right now. But the way you hack the 3D printer to use filament is there's a chip, an EEPROM in the cartridge, and you can just reset it with an Arduino Uno like this one. This is just a clone one I got off eBay for $8 because I was too lazy to wait for like China shipping. I could have got it for like $4, but it would have taken multiple weeks to get here. Then over here is some stuff that I've 3D printed, and some of it's stuff I've designed, like this will focus, there we go. Like this stand is made of wood, and then this was before I had the 3D printer, and then I made some modifications and actually printed it out right there. This is a headphone stand design that I made for a contest with My Mini Factory, and then here's some wrenches and some gyros, and here's a companion cube from Portal that I printed out pretty recently with the filament, the new filament. Here we go. It'll focus, there we go. So there's a little bit better picture of it. Now as you can see, because it's 3D printed, you can see all the little lines in it. It's not going to be perfect. And also this is pretty cool. It's a 3D printed basically clip for your phone that'll fit on a tripod, and I'll do time lapses of the prints with that a lot of times. So yeah, that's that. And I've also got some baskets in here with stuff. This basically just has the 3D printing stuff. So this is what the cartridges look like, and I'll pull it out and show you. That is the chip on the bottom. And then really everything else in here is just like In this box I've got some paperwork, I've got some tape measures, different tools like Torx, Torx set for tightening things. I've got like an X-Acto knife, multiple X-Acto knives. I've got like a paint scraper to get the prints off of the tray, a glue stick to help them stick, like a pocket knife, some scissors, a brush for the extrusion head, and then this like crappy plastic paint scraper that came with the printer itself. Then over in this basket, what I've got is just some miscellaneous stuff. I've got an iPad first generation. I don't use it that much, but it's pretty nice to use whenever you just want something light and portable, like a tablet. And then under that is a Motorola laptop, which is good for hooking up like a Raspberry Pi 2 to make it portable, because it's got a battery and keyboard and mouse. You just need a couple like adapters. Then I've got some like cords. This is just like a TV base that I don't have the TV on right there. There's some just like random PCIe card, a breadboard, a Raspberry Pi case, and wires, like I said. Over here's a mirror. It's just a full-size mirror. It's pretty nice. Yeah, that's that. This is the door to my bathroom, and the way my house is there's Jack and Jill bathrooms. You guys know what that means. It's like there will be 2 bedrooms with a bathroom in between, so that's just that. And since this is a tech video, I felt there's probably not a need to show the bathroom. Right here is just a like little battery powered keyboard. It's not like MIDI or anything. And yeah, just to play on the keyboard and stuff, that's what that's for. Then right here is a very old mic stand that was my grandfather's, because he was a radio personnel, but he passed away, so I was able to get it from my grandma. And here is my mic. It's a Samson CO1U, and I've just got like a crappy pop filter that I got off eBay for probably $5. Then under that is a 3D printed stand, because this mic stand, the like where the bolts tighten and stuff, it's not that strong, so it'll fall over, and I don't want it to stress the cord, but I still want it to be on the mic stand so I can have it hanging over and stuff and tighten it or get new bolts when I need to or whatever. So yeah, and I might print that in black so it goes together with the desk a little bit more. And speaking about the desk, this is a pretty big desk, and it was I want to say it was only $115 at Office Depot probably 3 years ago, and it's held up decently well. The finish isn't that great. Like on the table you'll be able to see there's a bunch of scratches and stuff. That's a lot my fault, but it's also not that great of a quality of desk. But for $115, a big desk like this, you can't go wrong. Moving on to the chair, this is just like a random Office Depot chair. It's got pretty good ergonomics and adjustments and stuff. I'll just pull it out, and it's got like a leather seat and then a mesh back, which is pretty nice. Moving on to the desktop, I've got a Korg Micro Key MIDI keyboard. I do a little bit of music production, so this is fun to play around on. And then on the keyboard tray, which as you can see there's trim falling off of it, I've just got like a standard USB keyboard and mouse. On the desk, this is a Samsung 24-inch monitor. It's 1080p IPS. It's not really anything special. Well, the one thing that's cool about it is there's a coax cable, coax input. So it's basically, I don't know how, I'm pretty sure it's marketed as a monitor that has a coax input. So really it's a TV, but it's made to be a monitor, basically. And it's nice because I'm back for summer from college, and there's no need to have like a TV and a monitor at college, so I just use this as my TV and my monitor. And then moving on, alright, so sorry my camera card got full, so moving on, as I was saying, the monitor is being powered by this MacBook Pro. It's a just base 13-inch Retina with upgraded RAM and upgraded storage, so it's got 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. And what it's sitting on top of is a custom basically dock that I made that puts it at the same height as the monitor and allows for cable management. So everything from the microphone to my 3D printer to the monitor to everything is basically being run into the back of this wooden stand and then out either side, so it can be plugged in and docked with power USB. There's a USB hub in there, so even like my phone I can just dock right there on the 3D printed stand I've got there. And my phone is an iPhone 6. And yeah, that's about it for that. I've got like a cork board on the back that I can hang stuff up on. And then over here I've got an old like 720p TV that I use because before I went to college I had an all-in-one PC, or an iMac, so it is a sort of a PC, but it's an all-in-one computer. I had an iMac, so I needed something to watch TV and also play Xbox on, which you can see is right down there, and I know that's a horrible spot to keep an Xbox, but I didn't play it that often, and I really didn't care if it were to get red rings of death, so I was fine with it right there, and it was in there for 3 years being played relatively frequently, and it did just fine. But yeah, that's just a basic TV, and I also use it as a second monitor for a while. And then under that is a HP printer. I believe it's an HP printer. Yeah, and it's just, it's a wireless printer. It doesn't work that well anymore. I've got a new one for college. And it's cool how this TV is mounted. I basically created a wooden box that it would mount on, and then just by the force of it being in the slot here, it holds it up. Now, moving up a little bit more, this is a G-RAID hard drive. It's only a terabyte. It's two 500 gig hard drives in RAID 0, and it actually has like a RAID controller in it, and it's got a really nice brushed aluminum look. And here is basically an organizer for like watches and phone cables and wallets and stuff like that. And then up here I've got some books and some models I've made, and these were actually damaged in transport when we moved into this house a couple years ago. Then in here I just have a bunch of boxes, and over here I've just got a bunch of random stuff like spray paint, lint rollers, some cables, and some magazines. Up here I've got a phone stand I made. I've got a video about that if you guys want to check it out. And I have some beats. I know there will be some comments about that. I've got like a my diploma from high school and a letter from Obama. Thanks, Obama. And then this is a surfboard that my dad actually made when he was probably about my age in his early sorry about that, early 20s. I'm 19, but yeah, probably around this age. Then over here I've just got like a powered extension cable thing, and one of my camera batteries charging right there. And then moving over here, I've got a tool chest where I keep some tools and some hats. I've got my shoe rack. I've got a pretty fair amount of shoes. My bed, and this bedspread's actually very uncomfortable, so I use this this very nice blanket. I've got some shelves up here that I have like trophies and stuff, and some like awards and stuff on the wall. And then this is like an IKEA wall-mounted table that's pretty cool. I'll try to show you guys how it works under here. Yeah, so basically there's something that slots in, and that will pull to the right or the left, and the tabletop will drop down. All that I have on there right now is my camera bag and my lens cap. And then that's where I charge my phone every day and every night, and I'll just like swing it around and put it on the tabletop. And one thing that's cool about these shelves is there's some lights mounted. These used to be over a desk where we lived before this. So, and actually they're hooked up to this light switch. So all I have to do is switch the light switch, and they turn on, which is pretty nice if I'm trying to read something in bed or whatever. And really, that's about it. My room's relatively big, but because of like this large window, there's multiple doors, 1, 2, and then the 2 big closet doors. There's not that much wall space, but it still works out pretty well in my opinion. And here's just one last shot of like the desk area for anyone who wants to see. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. And this is Matt from Tech by Matt signing out.